Hey guys, this is Evil Badger, and I'm going to play Pillars of Eternity today. And I chose, after consideration, hard difficulty with Trial of Iron, which means in Trial of Iron mode I have only one save, and if I die I must start again, so this is kind of a hardcore playthrough. So let's see. Let's watch the video first.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Okay, so this is a character creation screen, and I'm gonna go for a male guy. Yeah, sure, male. Well, I've never played this game before, so I have to check the races, but I presume that they are going to be somehow similar to other RPGs I have played, like Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale. Wow. So we got human, Aumawa, dwarf, elves, Orlan, which are like hobbits, I guess. Yeah, they look like hobbits. They got perception. I guess perception is something like senses. Yeah, perception represents a character's senses as well as their instinctive ability to pick up on details. And we got the godlike. The godlike, these look cool. The godlike are children of the Kith civilized races who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods. These aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. And because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. Wow, these sound interesting actually. So let's go with godlike. Let's go with godlike. They look like dexterity and intelligence. They might be good rogues and mages. Maybe we go for something dual race, not race but dual profession if they have it here. I don't know. So let's go next. Oh, we got the sub races too. So I can go for fire godlike, which looks pretty cool. Battle forge. When reduced below 50% endurance, fire godlike glow like metal in forge, gaining damage reduction and doing a small amount of fire damage to any creature who hits them in melee. Well, obviously this is a specialization for a fighter. So if I'm going to go for fighter, I should take a fire godlike. There's also the moon godlike, which looks kind of like a unicorn. I think it's a little bit laughable to play it as such a character, but let's see what it got as a special power. And it has silver tide. Every encounter when reduced below 75%, 50 and 25% endurance. Yeah, right. That's the, I guess, ability for life. Moon godlike generates waves of healing moonlight that restores endurance to them and their allies. So this is like a paladin. You can make this like a paladin or maybe a healer. I'm not sure. I've never seen the classes before, so we'll see. And the nature godlike, which looks good, I guess. Nature godlike, fusion human and animal features, yeah. And it has a power of wellspring of life. Grants a bonus to might, constitution, dexterity when endurance is below 50%. So actually I'm choosing between fire godlike and the nature godlike, and the fire godlike Looks, yeah, and there's also Death Godlike. I nearly forgot. Yeah, this is the base one. Okay, so Death Godlike got Death's Usher. When Death Godlike attack an enemy with 25% or less endurance, the damage is increased. Well, this kind of ability I always find in games that you really don't need them, because when some enemy has 25% or less, you actually it means that you are winning the fight and you're probably gonna kill it anyway. It might be good for some boss fights when you are on the edge, but if you deploy your strategy right, you don't have to ever do this. Nature. So which one we're gonna take? I think the Fire Godlike is the most interesting one. It looks the best, definitely. So let's go with Fire Godlike. Oh, we went back. Body type, okay. Oh, alright, I can make myself like a dwarf. Looks fine. This looks ridiculous. Elf and Orlan. Well, I think we'll go for a human or the Aumawa, and so let's go for Aumawa. Probably will end up as a fighter anyway, so... Oh! So what do we got here? We got a Barbarian. Yeah. We got a Cypher. Barbarian's pretty straightforward, I guess. This is profession or a class which is in other games, but Cypher, I never seen a Cypher. What does it say about Cypher? A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach, Cyphers were once called, well, something, Mindhunters. Cyphers have the ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche, using an ally's or enemy's essence as focus for their magic. So this is kind of battle mage, I guess. Yeah, and you can see the hands of the Fire Godlike. They're also looking special. The game looks pretty cool, I guess. The fighter is a classic fighter, I think. This is boring. Let's go for something else. Paladins can be cool, but somehow I think the Fire Godlike should have some different profession. What is the Chanter? Chanters. Ancient Worker of Magic. Looks interesting, but there's also Druid. This looks like a... Yeah, it's a shield actually, but it looks like a giant mushroom in his hands. It looks a little bit weird. Monk. Monk's cool. Priest and Rogue. So Barbarian, Cypher, Fighter, Paladin, Ranger, Wizard, Chanter, Druid, Monk, Priest or Rogue. I think the best choice for a Godlike for me, as I'm going to hardcore playthrough, I need to have some health, is Paladin, because I can heal myself, and or maybe a monk, because monks are usually pretty tough to destroy. Let's go with Paladin. Can we be evil paladins in this game? This is the question, because I want to go for evil gameplay. So I might have to do this again if I can be evil paladin. It's actually a pretty interesting setup, so let's go with Paladin. Okay, it seems we have some sub-professions here. And the first one, as I was shown, is also a profession. It's not a default kit, because if you remember games like Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale, the first one was always a default kit. It was just a Paladin. And here it is also its profession, even the first one is a profession. So, favorite dispositions for Bleak Walkers. Favorite cruel, aggressive, and this favorite disposition benevolent, diplomatic. Okay, this looks like pretty evil choice. The Bleak Walkers are soldiers dedicated to conduct and warfare mercilessly and with extreme brutality in order to bring a swift end to conflicts. Because they are renowned for their terrible and unyielding nature, most nobles will only call on them as last resort. The Bleak Walker's behavior reinforces cruelty because the quickest resolution to a battle is one in which the Bleak Walker's arrival is announced and the surrender immediately follows. To ensure that people understand that no mercy will be given by Bleak Walkers, they will never give quarter under any circumstances. Yeah, this looks like my choice. Darkosi Paladini. This is the oldest Paladini order. These are probably favor disposition, passionate, clever. No, this not. Let's not pick Darkosis. Gold packed knights. Favor disposition, stoic, rational. Yeah, can be kind of okay, but we want to go with evil choice. So benevolent, passionate, nope. Kind of warfarers and shield bearers of Saint Eliga. Honest, diplomatic, disfavored, cruel, aggressive. So there is really just one choice for evil character, evil paladin. So let's go with bleak walkers. Okay, let's go next. Paladin abilities. Let's see. Flames of Devotion calls upon the paladins in a fire, causing their equipped weapons to burst into flame and adding 100% burn damage for their next attacks. 100%. Wow, that's pretty lot. 2 per encounter. And what's encounter? Yeah, so set a number of times per combat. Okay. User full attack, 50% damage as burn. Okay. Lay on hands. Yeah, lay on hands is a classic ability for paladins. In almost every RPG, it just heals you. Yeah, over 5 seconds. This is maybe something new to me because it usually heals instacast, but yeah, it's probably the same, just over time. Okay. So in some RPGs you have to roll these stats for time and find the highest roll. But here it seems we are given a set number of points. So highly recommended for Paladin. This is nice, it shows what's recommended for Paladins. So let's go for Resolve. Yeah. Resolve reflects the character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and the emotional intensity they can project to others. It can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances. In combat, it helps character maintain concentration and contributes to the will and deflection defenses. Okay, let's go few to Resolve. I always like the paladins and bards and some other classes that focuses on some kind of charisma in games, or maybe Resolve in this game, because they can change the playthrough a lot. While when you are playing some kind of fighter or maybe some kind of even mage, you don't have the choice to change the outcomes of the talks with in the world. You just don't have the choices. So definitely I love to go with Paladin for the Resolve. So yeah, let me just put one more point in it. Then what is also recommended is Perception. Perception represents the heart of senses as well as their instinctive ability to pick up on details. Yeah. These interactions, to catch someone a lie, to make an observant comment about the appearance, or to notice something happening in the background. It combats and contributes to the deflection and reflex defenses and grants a bonus to interrupt. Okay, so let's go with Perception. Let's put a few points there. Then Might, of course, for damage and for damage and healing. Okay, and Fortitude. Yeah, Fortitude resists attacks on the internal physical systems of the character. Poison, disease. Okay, so let's go few points on Might. I'm not sure why I'm not recommended Constitution, as I thought the Paladin would be a welcome choice to my hardcore playthrough, and I have to live in this playthrough, so I'll probably stick few points into Constitution too. And I have recommended Intellect. Intellect represents the character's logic and reasoning capabilities. It can be useful for sudden realization and problem solving. Well, this doesn't bode well, because it seems to me that I'm creating a character that specializes on talking with people and not on fights. So if I die, I'm weak in fights, and I must not be weak in fights because I'm playing an evil paladin, and if I die it's for good. So this doesn't look very good for me. There's also, what is this? A culture. Oh yeah, a culture in this game. Probably how people will react to me. So let's pick. It also gives me a 1 extra point. So let's just pick something that gives me something usable for Paladin, like Perception or Might. Or maybe the Constitution. Maybe I'll pick this one. Rautai. Dominated by the Amawa nation of Rautai, the guild itself is host to a number of nations, most of them Amau, Orlan and Dwarven. Though these countries are relatively young, they are some of the most advanced colonial settlements in the east. Okay, the Gulf is land of riches and resources for those who can take them, though the entire coast is often pummeled by violent storms. I like the Gulf is land of riches and resources for those who can take them. Because we are playing an evil Paladin, so he can take it all. Oh, and I can also pick a specialized background. So I can be aristocrat, drifter, laborer, merchant, slave, scholar, mercenary, hunter, dissident. So obviously we choose between aristocrat or mercenary. Blade and battle is your way of life. You solve your problems by pulling out of your weapon and applying force. Yes, this is my way of life, even though I'm not so strong. This will be a quick playthrough. Let's go for some colors. Yeah, let's go red, aggressive color. Secondary, black. Head appearance. Oh, we can even choose. Alright. Okay, I like the third one. Let's go for the third one. Oh, and 66 portraits to choose from. This is the part where I normally spend an hour. Wow, what is this? This is actually some race in this. Oh yeah, I guess this was the little race I called hobbits. Well, I think the game could give me only the male portraits when I'm choosing for a male character, but it's okay. Yeah, let's go with something with a helmet. It's some kind of neutral. Okay, there's a good portrait for me. The 16th of 66. Voice. Lots of voices to choose from.
Yes.
Sinister voice. Looks cool.
Keep it quiet.
Stoic voice. Feisty, mystic.
I've got this.
Let's go for sinister, obviously. Enter name. Evil Badger. And accept. Now let's go. The game looks pretty awesome. New quest, the Gilded Whale. Caravan Master Odema. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sedging jaws quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
Okay, I'll track no mud.
Tonight everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At least the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over. I wonder if I can kill them all later and take their loot.
There's a stinging beetle around here carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. In which case you'll be dead in a day.
Okay, let's not drink the
There's
water.
a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around.
I wonder if this thing he's talking about is this in game knowledge? I can use it, like not pick some berries and not eat them because I would get some health damage or something. We'll
I know
see.
you want to hunt before it gets much darker. Let's see about refilling our water first. Got a signal here.
Spareful nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulders. So, where would I find these berries? What are those ruins? Is it dangerous out there? What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground? Yeah, let's ask about the rocks.
Where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
No, I don't believe the stories.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to
Yeah, I
worry
bet it
about
can. I
than
bet
seeing
this is
something
kind of
like
some
that.
story thing. We'll use these stones later to hold a man's soul. Alright. I think I'll not talk to him because these things are probably some tutorial stuff.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know
Yeah,
you're
I'll
not
take
some
somebody with me,
helpless
some
tenderfoot,
slave.
Not like most of this lot. If you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on the sturdy armor-clad woman who has spent the journey night sleeping on an uneven ground without blanket or a pillow. Yeah, let's give me some. Give me some woman. The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some spring berries.
No, I don't need some to find some spring berries. I didn't even ask about them.
No promises.
Yeah, well,
What kind of guide says something
I don't
like
need spring
that?
berries to sleep through the night, as he suggested.
Kind you can afford.
Yeah, okay.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well.
Yeah, she's in good hands for the night.
Off with you. Paladin should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out.
Yeah, I already said that.
Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Bewick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
My head is burning. I don't even know how I can eat berries.
You heard the man.
But
Let's get
okay.
going before you keel over.
No, it's smooth. It's nice. Yeah, it's the same as. Even though I never played it, it's the same as Baldur's Gate. You just press tab and you see everything. Ah, okay. I need to have lockpicks and mechanic skills. Maybe I can force it. Lockpick failed. Requires 1 mechanics. Okay, I can force things. Which is kind of sad that I can apply to force, but it doesn't really make much sense. I'm in friendly camp, so destroying their things wouldn't make sense. Okay, there are some clothing. Let's take it.
Anyone need supplies?